Hey, guy.
You know who made it. 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 You know who made it.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope we are doing well. Boys, say hello.
What up, guys?
What up?
Yo.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. We've been doing this for how long now, and I am still not used to, like, all the different windows and shit and stuff. Sorry.
Sorry, we're not live.
Strong
yet.
start.
We are
Sorry.
live. They hear us.
Oh,
Don's in here. Hello, man. Hey, Don. How's it going? If you're watching the
What up, Don?
ESPYs, pretty boring, and I was embarrassed for Pat McAfee. His opening monologue was rough. Oofda.
oh boy.
I will say, though, all over ESPN Radio, it's been all about Jimmy V. So, love it. We got to listen to the Stuart Scott. Speech from 2014 already. It's that long ago.
Wow.
That was epic.
Yeah, great. So if you can donate, go donate to the Jimmy V Foundation. It's a good one too. I looked into it because I was curious a while back, and like the money actually goes there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, you know how like when you're at Taco Bell and you like spend $4.22 on your tacos, and then they're like, "Do you want to round up?"
Yep.
And no normal human being is ever like, nah.
You
I
just
don't."
say yes.
And
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
know. You have no idea if that money's actually going to him.
I wish they just gave me change so that I could put it in the Taco Bell. Do you remember the little spinny thing?
Oh yeah, where
And if you like put a penny, if you put like a penny in and you got it on the bottom, you got like whatever
Oh,
cinnamon
yeah.
twists. And if you put like a quarter in, you got like a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Those are
awesome.
great.
yeah, that was cool.
That inflation happened. And
Sorry,
now-
that was a dramatic change of topic, but those were the days. They should bring those back.
All right, boys, you ready? We're gonna do 1 or 0 again today.
I love this.
I
This
think
is
it's
good
just
love
an
that
easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Damar Hamlin's on stage right now, presenting it. Oh God, I
Oh,
don't want to
Don.
repeat that.
Oh, Don.
It's fine. It's in the chat, so they can see it. We're not recording for the podcast. He killed it. He said. Ugh.
Oh no.
No. No.
No.
Bad Don. All right, let's flip this over. So obviously, guys, we're live Wednesday. This is July 12th. It's 8:00. We're kind of debating on if we want to move to a later time, but typically it still will be Thursdays. But if you're watching this later, jump on in, find out on Facebook what time we're doing it at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. We'd love to have you guys in here. It's more fun with the chat, right, boys?
Agreed. Agreed.
Great.
Way more fun.
All right, then why don't we jump into it? Jordan, you do not have to give me the awkward. Well, I'm sorry. Do you want to hurry us up, Adam?
No, it's like, let's go. Like you said,
Oh.
let's get going. I'm like, yeah.
I was gonna say. I'm
He
like,
was
Adam.
hyping us up.
I was
He
like,
was
Adam,
hyping us up.
they can see you.
I know.
All right.
All right, here we go.
You don't need to give me this. I see the number.
All right.
Welcome back to the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast, where we're here to help you take the next step in your fantasy journey. My name is Jake, and I am once again joined by my friend Jordan. Jordan, how you doing this Wednesday?
I'm doing great. We're here. We're talking sleepers today.
Oh, love it.
I love it. Yeah.
And we're also joined by the coach, who is 3 days deep into training camp. Tell the people how's it going. How's that going?
Fantastic. Kids working real hard. I was worried that they would not pick up the systems we're putting in that quick, but we threw a lot at them day 1 and 2, and today was pretty good. So kids working hard, little behavior issues here or there, but that's coaching, that's teaching. But loving every minute of it. It's been a blast.
That is fantastic. We're very happy for you.
Thank you.
Very happy. For
Adam, if I could offer a suggestion on defense, you should run the Engage 8
you. Oh,
over and over and over
have
again.
you tried 3-man deep?
3-man deep?
A kid did ask me, he was like, I installed the route concept, and he's like, I love this one on Madden. And I'm like, you shut your mouth.
No.
Told me I got it from Madden again.
You should run the wishbone on offense.
Our goal line's a straight T double tight, so old school
Oh.
right there. So.
Love
All
that.
right. Boys, I must say, and everyone watching or listening would know this if they were following our Instagram at next_step_pod. It was great to see you both in person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a
It is.
God,
It's great.
you guys are beautiful human beings.
It doesn't happen enough.
It does not happen enough. All right, boys, let's jump in. Before we get into our news, we have a lot of news. We got sleepers. Let's play a game. You guys want to play a game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do
We're
it.
going to keep going with the 1 or 0. I think that is a fun game, an easy game.
It's a fan favorite.
It's a fan-
current events.
it's a current-
It's perfect.
It's for a reminder for anyone who doesn't understand. I am your host. I am going to read these boys a question. They are going to answer 1 for yes, 0 for no. There is no gray area. You will understand after this first one. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
All right. Sorry, I had it and I lost it. Okay. Recently, at the National Grilled Cheese Day, the world's most expensive grilled cheese was served. You have to order it 48 hours in advance, and it runs for $214.
Whoa.
For anyone knows, it is served on 2 pieces of French Pillman champagne bread, which is made with Dom Perignon.
Oh, you fancy.
Yes. And then some rare. Oh my goodness. This is
Rare
gonna be-
cheeses.
Yeah, it is. It is a very French cheese or Italian cheese, one of the two. And it is cut diagonally and has edible gold flakes on it.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 0. The grilled cheese is on your Mount Rushmore of sandwiches. Jordan.
Oh,
0.
it's a 0.
0. I'm right there with you, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good. I'm not knocking it, but you're saying 4 sandwiches I get to choose.
Yes.
It's not 1 and 4.
Yeah, no way. I don't like cheese that much. I gotta like it a certain way. Usually don't want to order a grilled cheese.
All right.
Is it on yours, Jake?
I mean, it's pretty high up there. I'm a sandwich guy. I will say, in my opinion, if you're gonna have a grilled cheese, it is 2 pieces of white bread and American cheese. That's it.
It comes out of the plastic.
Oh, you're darn tootin'.
You lack creativity and
I-
imagination. Jake.
I love American cheese. It's on my Mount Rushmore of cheese.
Do you put butter on the grilled cheese, Jake?
Yes. Insider tip: mayonnaise, if you like that.
Oh,
Game changer. Okay.
oh,
You're telling me a Wonder Bread, mayonnaise, and cheese on the stove is on your Mount Rushmore of sandwiches, Jake?
that's
Next
unbelievable.
question. Next
Yeah,
question.
come on.
Okay. Strike one on this one. Struck out on this one. All right. This one's close to home, guys, for us. A roller coaster in Grandin, Wisconsin, at the Forest County Festival was stopped in the middle of their loop and left people stranded hanging upside down for over 2 hours because it took 45 minutes for people to arrive.
Oh,
And then another 45-ish minutes for them to get down. So someone called, and then it took them an hour.
Oh,
In fairness,
my gosh.
in rural Wisconsin, it might take a while for the correct people to come.
Yeah,
did
with
anyone
the
pass
ladders.
out or die?
No injuries.
Wow.
1 or 0 at the age of 29, Jordan?
Yep.
And Adam, 28, 29?
30, man.
You're 30?
Yeah, I'm old.
Oh my god, when did that happen? 30 years ago, I guess.
Um,
1 or 0.
May 14th.
1 or 0 roller coasters are still very fun.
0. 0.
Go ahead.
One, baby. One, baby. I love
Go.
roller coasters.
Discontent.
I love it.
Adam, do you think your body could hold up a full day at Six Flags?
You know, no. I could do like I'm kind of a dad without kids now. I could do like half a day of roller coasters. Then I want to just eat food, relax by the park. You know, just
Oh yeah, I'm paying $100 to go to Six Flags so I can sit.
Yep. You know, I love thrill rides though, so I would probably do more than half a day. I would still ride a lot of roller coasters.
Jordan?
Yeah, no.
Jordan's
I could do
Jordan-
like 2. I could do like a couple. But then I'm like, ugh, now I don't feel good. Now I just, it's always hot. And why is everything, well, there's too many people. It's just not for me.
Not for you.
It's
You're
not my
not a roller
favorite.
coaster guy. Adam,
Like I said, I could do a couple, but all day long, I don't.
oh yeah, I could when I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it doesn't interest me. It's just we've officially hit an age now where you start thinking like, this looks fun, but what will I feel like 2 days from now? And it's just not worth it. You know what I mean?
You know, I do love theme parks and water parks though. I could spend. You know what? I changed my answer. I could spend the whole day.
Okay.
Okay.
And I also
So it's still a 1 for you, though.
and
Adam.
boys,
It's still a 1.
and boys, I assume we can all agree, a theme park like Six Flags, we're a little iffy. A water park, I could do it all day.
I love me a water park. Yeah, give me a wave
Wisconsin Dells,
Yeah.
the world water park capital of the world. Everybody come.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, chef's kiss. Adam, without turning your screen too much, what is that thing on the floor right behind you? That
Cat.
yeah, that's
Cat
what I
toy.
thought. I thought it was a bottle of mustard,
What?
and I didn't want to call.
It's just a mustard bottles lying around my
Jake, come on. Come on, you're getting us sidetracked.
I,
Next question.
all right, last one. I was reading an article. I lost it, but I did look at the top 5, so I can't exactly give you the source. But what it said was the top 100 comedies of all time.
Oh.
Top 5 in order, according to this website. Anchorman at number 5. Blazing Saddles, number 2. The Big 4, sorry. The Big Lebowski, number 3. Zoolander, number 2, and number 1 was Caddyshack, of all time.
Wow.
Now, that's a very
Subjective.
Thank you. Yes, but my question to you is, hello, Jamie. Nice to see you. My question to you is 1 or 0. The comedy genre, when it comes to movies, is the best genre.
0.
Oh, okay, Adam.
The
I'm surprised.
best?
The best.
I love action movies. I really do. Give me a good World War II old movie or like a World War II movie. There's good ones on Netflix right now. So I'm big into like thrillers, spy movies, stuff like that. I do love comedy, but there's a time and place for it.
I agree with Adam. I'm a 0 on that. Again, the best. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say 0 on that, but it's good. It's up there. but I got to be feeling it. You know,
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh, I need a comedy.
I don't find myself going, like when I go to the movies, I don't find myself going to see comedies. I see them later. So, boys, what is the best in your opinion? For me, I love a good biopic. I don't care who it is. If it happened in real life, I want to go.
There's Napoleon's coming out very
Yeah, I
soon
saw that.
with Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon.
Yep,
And
I saw that, the trailer
I'm
for it.
amped.
Or that poster.
I just watched Flight today, and it was
With Denzel
phenomenal.
Washington?
Yep, if you have not seen it, it throws you for a loop. It's really good.
Throws you for a loop.
It's based off,
Interesting.
it's inspired by a real plane accident.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
I think action, adventure, drama, thriller. Those are the kind of movies that I would put above comedy.
Like Oppenheimer that's coming out in a few days?
That looks
I'm
amazing.
hyped for that.
I'm all about that. Jordan, we should go see it. Adam, I would love for you to see it too, but you're farther away.
That's true.
Okay. All right. So, would you say we've done 1 or 0 3 times now? Is that the weakest 1 or 0 for me? I'm trying to figure
No,
out what
like
the
it.
right.
No, that's good.
Okay.
Good 1 or 0. You just have bad takes about grilled cheese and stuff. Jake.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
But-
Well, that's not right. But like, all right, let me just check the chat quick. Comedy movies are for video. Give me the action in the theater. One of the best comedy movies ever was very underrated. Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks. Oh my God, I will ship Tom Hanks all day. I think everything that man touches is gold. Gold. Philadelphia, one of my favorite movies of all time, which is a
Yep.
biopic if you consider it. Anywho,
let's talk about football, Jake. Come on.
well, you might ask, why was I saying that? It's in the chat. If you're not listening, if you're listening, Wednesdays or Thursdays, you know, if you are on our Facebook page at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast, we talk to the chat. So get in here, be part of this. Don's in here, Jamie's in here. There's a few other people in here. Be a part of this because it's time to talk about football. Jordan, we have some news today.
It's Jordan with the news.
Did
Adam. Yeah, there it is. All right, some interesting stuff that because we were 2 weeks now because we were off last week with the holiday. So a couple of things here. So Saquon and the Giants still stuck in contract talks.
It's bad.
Can't make that work. Yep. So it's not looking great there in New York. So just a reminder, there's Saquon. They used the franchise tag on him. He doesn't have to sign it. He's not signing it. They're trying to get a deal worked out. But just that running back market, weird this year. Really, really weird. So we'll get to a couple more running back things here.
Yeah, I think that Dalvin Cook and the Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley thing is what's holding up, or the Saquon Barkley and the Josh Jacobs is what's holding up Dalvin Cook, Zeke, Kareem Hunt, and Leonard Fournette. Because there's no reason they should do anything until they find out what the market looks like.
Correct.
So they're waiting, and then apparently Jacobs and Barkley are just digging their toes in, digging their heels in. So we might be talking about people missing time.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye out on that one. So another running back thing. We'll do running backs first, and then I'll move into some other positions here. Speaking of interesting running backs, Dalvin Cook has an offer from Miami on the table. He's not accepting it. It's not what he wants. So Miami's definitely interested. Rumors were that they were interested, but now reports are there is an official offer made to Dalvin Cook. He's saying no right now. It's not one he's willing to accept. So I guess same thing we just talked about there. Other running back news: Alvin Kamara pleads no contest to the charge, so that kind of resolves the court piece to the Alvin Kamara.
What do you guys think? Is he still get
info.
suspended?
Well, so here's the thing. The NFL waits until there is a final decision from the courts before they weigh any sort of disciplinary thing. His punishment by the courts was something like $105,000 to the victim plus 30 hours of community service. But now that that's done and that's the judgment, now the NFL can levy some type of discipline. So basically, there is a penalty from the courts. I would expect some type of NFL fine or suspension, but we'll see.
I think because they came to a settlement pretty quick, the suspension is going to be less now. And I don't maybe agree with that, but I would say anywhere from 4 to 6 games is what we see from Alvin Kamara.
I think this is best case scenario. This is the best thing as a fantasy owner you could have wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're sitting at 2. I think we're
That
gonna
needs
get
to
like
be
2.
Mm.
Like I think there's a real shot he could get 2, and then appeal it to 1
Yeah, or none.
or none. Like so,
Yeah, just fine or something like that.
but
so.
we'll keep an ear on it.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye out on it. The other small thing, Javonte Williams, one that we can be keeping track of because it's Samaje Perine and what that's going to look like. What?
Small thing, Jordan. This
Yeah,
is
well, we
great,
just be-
baby.
Um,
This is great, baby.
Oh god, that must be
We've-
awful to be hearing on the podcast. Beside
we've
it.
just been keeping an eye on it. News coming out saying that he's ready to go. He'll be 100% at the start of the season. It was one of those that we were kind of keeping an eye on, like, oh, is it going to be? We expected it early in the season, recovering from his ACL and
Yep.
injury from last year. But now officially coming out of Broncos camp, they confirm he'll be ready to go week 1. So I still think Samaje Perine, great handcuff there in Denver, but
he's
Javonte Williams ready to go.
He's a top 5 handcuff, right?
Yeah, totally.
As it sits right now. Come on,
Yep.
come on, Adam. Talk about your Broncos for a second.
Yeah, I mean, Perine, his stock will go down a little bit now, but I think Williams, if he's 100% healthy, which I think he will be now, I mean, per reports, he's going to definitely he's going to show Jordan for sure what he's capable of bowling over guys in the open field, and I can't wait. So Williams, top 10 running back this year.
Come on,
Top 10.
say it.
Book it.
Book it.
Book it.
Book it. I love it.
Good stuff. All right. Other news: DeAndre Hopkins. The Patriots we know have been interested. The Bills came out. They said they are interested. The Titans also came out. They're very interested. I think all of them are making offers. I think it seems like, this is just me speculating, the Patriots offer is probably the strongest because they have the most cap space. They have the most to work with. But part of me thinks DeAndre Hopkins is looking for the ring. And so I think he might say, I'm not going to get it in New England. I'm looking elsewhere. So could he take a pay cut, go play somewhere like Buffalo? Which would be very interesting with the Stephon Diggs drama.
I think we talked about this last week that I still think he ends up in Kansas City. They're still waiting on that Chris Jones extension. If they get that Chris Jones extension, they'll have $10 million to do with what they want this year. And that would just be perfect for D-Hop.
Yep.
Sign a 1 year, $8 million or something like that. Because he wanted that Odell money, and he's not going to get 13.
No.
But if you could get 8 and go to Kansas City, yeah. Jordan, any more news?
Two other pieces of news
Yeah.
out of Indianapolis. They're on Pat McAfee show. Owner Jim Irsay got on there and he said that it's possible that Gardner Minshew starts week 1. He said it's up to coach, but it's looking like they are exploring the option of Richardson not being week 1 starter. So we'll keep an eye on it, but interesting. Maybe not much to think of by just like reporting the news.
Minshew mania, baby.
Minshew mania. He's gonna go like 3-0 to start the year, and everyone's just gonna be all behind him.
His mustache and cut off jean shorts, love it.
Oh yeah.
Last one, just this one's sad for us because we talked a lot about him last year. Malik Willis might not even have a roster spot in Tennessee. They might cut him.
It's just nuts what's going on.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
How bad must he be that that's the case?
It's the Trey Lance stuff all over again. We won't get into it now, but man, did us three go at it when we were together about the Trey Lance thing. It's just bonkers. So if Willis is cut, I mean, it makes sense. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
How many teams carry 3 quarterbacks? None?
Well,
very few.
Not a lot, but that rule now might.
That's a good point.
True.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Will you remind the people, Adam?
Yeah, so they opened up a third quarterback spot now again, which they had up until 2009, something like that. And then it's to really avoid the Brock Purdy situation that you saw with the 49ers at Philadelphia in that playoff game, where they were using, who was the emergency guy that they were using eventually?
I can't remember.
Josh Johnson.
They brought in Josh Johnson, but he got hurt.
Yep. And I think it was McCaffrey for a while. But anyway, Just that makes me think they'll keep him, but I don't know.
Because I believe you can have him on. It's like your practice squad quarterback. You can elevate without him counting towards your game day roster.
Your game day
The
roster.
problem is that I don't know if you throw Willis on the practice squad that someone else won't grab him.
I think someone will grab him.
Well, Jamie suggested Willis to the Raiders. I think that would be, yeah. I mean, that's as good as any, right? What up, Joey? I mean, that'd be great. So before we get into sleepers, we did have a question asked. Are you boys, professionally, you should say yes, but I'm going to guess you guys don't. Do you guys know what the Scott Fish Bowl is?
No.
Okay, it's a giant fantasy league, multiple leagues. Pretty much, it's this guy who just made a bunch of leagues, and like content creators, regular fans, NFL players, like they play in it. They raise a bunch of money. It goes towards charities. Okay. To get into it, it's kind of hard. Like you have to apply, and I have applied us, by the way.
Love that.
And then you just cross your fingers that you get picked. Like that's it. It's really a cool thing. You guys should look into it. Anyways, our boy Joey here is in it. He got in this year, so he has, and you can win money. So the winner wins like a lot of like 100K or well, even more. So he had a question for us, and I feel like we're going to answer it for him. Would you rather have Rashad Bateman or Juju Smith-Schuster? I know that's a tough one. That's a good question.
Probably
It's-
Juju.
It would be Juju unless D Hop goes to New England.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree. For me, I think Bateman's the better player. I just think he's kind of more injury prone. But I don't know. I actually might lean towards Bateman just because it's a better offense. You have Lamar.
That's also like part of me is thinking, and then if D Hop goes there, you're not totally
Screwed.
like screwed. Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're drafted now, so... and just to correct myself, a bunch of industry experts play in the Scott Fish Bowl, and it's all for charity. Joey raised $200 for him to be able to draft at 1-7. So you can, draft money. Are you sure the winner gets no money? I think... Okay. I might have had some stuff wrong. The point is, guys, it's a giant league where
Yeah.
money is going to charity. And pretty much if you win the Scott Fish Bowl, it's a big deal. You put that everywhere in your fantasy thing. Like if one of us won it, people would flock to you, is what you're saying. So, really interesting. Go raise some money, everybody. Why don't we get into sleepers, Jordan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Did you want to start?
Yeah, okay, I'll
Or
start. Yeah,
explain
let's
what
do
we're doing
quarterback.
here?
Yes. So we each picked quarterback, receiver, running back. So we each picked one of each. Talking about sleepers. So kind of our favorite sleepers are just good sleepers to consider in your league. Mine kind of range from like people you definitely draft to some pretty deep. I have one that's a pretty deep sleeper here. So
I also
excited to talk about it.
went one higher and then two mid, and then Adam it's all in his head. He just knows.
He's just gonna roll the dice.
In
Yeah.
fairness, and let's
Unbelievable.
excuse Adam here. The man coached all day, came home, and then logged on. So we're gonna help him
Well,
out.
and I watched Flight for a little bit.
And he watched Flight.
Yeah. He's got to wind down. You got to let him wind down.
Yeah, got to have that me time. So.
Oh, Denzel. All right. Jordan, you want to start? You want me to start? Adam, you want to start? What are you thinking?
Jake, please kick us off.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
start you off. We'll go quarterbacks. I think, and this is the easiest pick in the entire thing. And I know a lot of people are not on him this year. A lot of people, I know our boy Joey is not on him. And that is Tua Tagovailoa. This is the easiest one in my head. Currently has a ADP of 10-3. Quarterback 10. He was quarterback 3 before the last head injury last year. And it's really tough because the risk is, oh man, he gets another head injury, they're going to shut him down for the entire year.
Yep.
Right? So I get that. I understand that. But in the 10th round, you could get a guy that could finish as quarterback in a top 3 quarterback. You have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, probably Dalvin Cook coming up. Like this is a really good offense. to have, and it's just too good of value where it's at. Guys going around him right now, Dak Prescott, give me Tua. I love Dak Prescott, but give me Tua. I think Dak could also be a sleeper here. Alvin Kamara, which I assume, knowing the news now, that ADP will go up.
Agreed.
Gabe Davis. We talked a lot about Gabe Davis last year. Not a guy for me. Just
he let me
too
down.
inconsistent. And then like Cortland Sutton, who I think could have a good year, and then Kirk Cousins. So there's two quarterbacks going around him. For me, I would rank them Tua easily, Dak, and then Kirk.
Hey, some sites have Watson going above Tua.
So Watson. So the one we're using now, Watson was going in the 8th round, so he's going 2 rounds higher. And again, anyone listening, take this with a grain of salt in the fact that, we're using. I lost the.
We switched. We were using a resource for ADPs, and we just kept finding like it wasn't giving us.
Yeah. So
there were some things that were a little crazy, so we switched resources.
So depending on what you use, Sleeper, My Fantasy Data, whatever you use, these ADPs are going to be a little different. But what we're looking at here is in a PPR league. I just think that I would take Tua over Watson. I would. I think there are more people not taking him because they're afraid of the head injuries, which is pushing him down, which gives, if you're willing to go for it, gives insane value. This is the perfect time to take Tua and then in the wraparound take Cousins. You completely cover yourself, and you could end up starting Tua every week. But in case that injury does happen, you're not screwed.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about the head injury.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really nervous. 10th round is even. I'm like looking at if I'm getting my first quarterback and it's Dak and Cousins and Tua, I'm taking both of them before I'm taking Tua. And you're right, Jake. You are absolutely right. That could be a stupid thing for me to say because he could have no head injury and he could be a top 5 quarterback like he was showing last year, right? All he has to do is basically throw it 1 yard and then he'll get a 99-yard touchdown on Tyreek Hill. Yeah. But I just, oh man, I watched too many of those games and I was like, I think, he was thinking about hanging it up after last season. If Cousins is there, I'm taking Cousins. I'm nervous about Tua, but I agree with you that he's the right sleeper in the 10th round.
In the 10th round, it's a risk I'm willing to go for.
Yeah. So.
Same time, it was the same area Michael Thomas was going last year, and it didn't work out. But it didn't kill anyone. But I understand, if you're taking Tua as your first quarterback, you need to make sure you have a plan. Yeah, going behind you. Just some people talking about Cousins. They're liking Cousins, Sutton. Honestly, I think everyone I mentioned going around Tua is good value. I think Sutton's
the 10th round QB is great value.
I think Sutton's, Cousins, Kamara, Prescott. I'm staying away from Gabe Davis, but I think those guys are all good value. I mean, Sutton was going in the 4th or 5th round last year. He just never hit the ceiling, right? So.
And I think that was a Russ thing, which we all agree he's going to improve.
What do you think, Adam?
By how much? But
yeah. I mean, it's the head injury thing, but like you said, he was phenomenal. If he stays healthy, he could be pushing some guys, right? I mean, for top 5.
Yeah.
So he's phenomenal. I hope he stays healthy. He seems like a great dude. So I think it's a good sleeper for where he's at. But again, one more head injury, I think it's all she wrote.
I remember reading something a month or two back that he was quote learning how to fall, which is a real thing. I mean, get better neck muscles or something. I don't know what his deal is, but
I think once you start getting head injuries, you get them easier. So I think you take one big blow and it's dominoes.
I'm just saying, isn't it weird that he's had this many, or he's hitting his head wrong, isn't he not? Isn't that how that works? I mean,
it's not his fault.
I guess you're not. No. I'm victim blaming over here. Jordan, go ahead.
He's not falling, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it this way." Come on, Jake. All right, my quarterback's my deepest sleeper, and it's Sam Howell.
Oh man,
look out! So Sam Howell is going his ADP is the 20th round. He is undrafted right now. But I think if he's expected to win the job, I think if we hear news coming out of training camp that he's starting over Jacoby Brissett, I like him. I think he's got a good rushing upside. He had like 11 touchdowns in college, and then in his one start this past year, he ran for a touchdown.
Yep.
He has elite offensive targets. Like, he's got Scary Terry. I like John Dotson. Curtis Samuels at number 3 is pretty good. Antonio Gibson, their running back, like, catches a ton of targets, like, out of the backfield. And they brought in Eric Bieniemy to call the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what he did in Kansas City. So, not saying that I'm comparing him to Kansas City offense at all, but I think that's an improvement just in offense. I think there's rushing upside there. He's going as quarterback 28, like, undrafted right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're just looking at someone to pick up, I think sneaky Sam Howell, if he gets the starting job, could make something fun as a fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, sure.
I like him. Again, very unproven. He could be stellar. We don't know. Jacoby Brissett could start the season, then he's stellar, and then he starts the whole season.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You just keep an eye on that news, and I'll come at you one of these weeks. And I'll be like, Sam Howell's job, and then I'm drafting him somewhere in the 20th round.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he's a guy that you could leave on your waiver wire and then just try to get him first, or waste your 18th round pick on one more shot at it, right? Like, if you took Tua, you just want to get an extra quarterback on your roster, do it. You can take him in the 18th round because the last 2 rounds should be kickers and defenses. And boys, a little preview, we're going to talk about this because in the July league, it did not go like that. And there was
Jake,
no.
You were wrong about that.
Okay, well, we're
waiting
going to
the last 2 rounds to take a kicker and a defense is such a terrible strategy.
God, we're going to just. Oh, God, I can't wait. Next week, guys, July breakdown.
Focus.
Adam, do you have a quarterback?
I sure do.
Okay.
And he is a guy, I said it, I think, a few podcasts ago. He's going to play mean this year. He is going to play mean. Derek Carr, baby.
God.
If I'm reading this right on our new resource here, he's going like 14th round. Is that correct?
You got to add like 1 round to it.
Okay.
So what's it say? What's his ADP?
It says 143.8.
So yeah, it'd be
15th.
15th, 15.8.
15th round.
Yeah.
Some guys going ahead of him, right? Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Anthony Richardson. This has got to be dynasty here, the way I'm looking at it.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not dynasty.
No, it's not. So I think Derek Carr could finish in the top 12 easy. I mean, he has weapons in New Orleans. Again, he's playing angry. I truly think he's a sleeper. If you get him in the 15th round, like, that's a steal if it works out. I truly think he's going to have a better season. And this is hard for me to say than Russ because they're not going to ask Russ to play out of his mind anymore. But I think Derek Carr is going to be just fine, and I think he's a great sleeper in the 15th round.
I like Derek Carr as a sleeper, too. 15th round Derek Carr, like, whatever. If he's your backup, like, you take one of those top elite guys, and then, you get to the 10th round, and you're like, I'm taking Cortland Sutton instead of one of these other quarterbacks. I don't hate that.
I think that this year you're going to see you as the listener or anyone playing fantasy is going to see a lot more quarterbacks being taken early, and it's changing where I think like last year we were like, don't do it, right? And now we're kind of opening up to that a little bit more, and I think that's the consensus. But I still want to lean towards these later guys because you're right, Derek Carr in the 15th round is good value.
Yep.
He could finish. There's no reason he couldn't finish better than Kirk Cousins or better than Dak. Like, really. I mean, I still think there's no shot in heck that he would finish better than Tua if he's healthy. But, like, I mean, that's a guy who could finish roughly around the same. He could finish quarterback 12, right? And you're getting him near the end of your draft. Three rounds before you take your kicker in defense, right, Jordan?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good value, though, especially because, you're throwing Olave. You're going to get Kamara, it sounds like, for more than we were expecting. Jamal Williams. Michael Thomas, if he's healthy. Just saying. Just saying. Everyone poo-poos on Michael Thomas. We don't have him on our list unless Jordan does later on. But he's a sleeper. I'm going to say it.
Jake,
Yes,
you're
he
so high on
is.
these guys who are gonna get hurt and be out the whole year. I get it. You can take
can't-
them later, but you
that's
can't have a
the
whole team
point,
of these
though.
guys, Jake.
I guess that's more of an undervalued in my head. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's good when healthy, and if he's not, fine. But
Yeah, but you can't take him in the 9th and then Tua in the 10th.
you're not taking him in
Right.
the 9th. I don't know where Michael Thomas's ADP is, but I bet you it's in 15th.
All right. Anyway,
All right, whatever.
Anyway, moving on.
All right, I'm gonna go with the guy I am probably highest on, and no, it was not Miles Sanders, but I really considered putting him on this list. But I just don't think he's a sleeper because he's. Well, okay, let me stop there because I'm putting Tony Pollard on here, and the reason I say that, is he a sleeper? Hold on. Originally, you'd say sleepers, guys who are going later, who could vastly outperform their ADP, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I am putting Tony Pollard down, okay, because his ADP is 3.2, running back 7. So, and I would expect that to roughly stay there, right? Book it. This man's going to have a top 3. I've talked about
Top 3.
Yes, I have talked about how much I love him this year, especially in a PPR format. He is going to be a monster. I'm not worried about Ronald Jones. We've seen it. When Zeke was out, he was just electric. And the reason I'm saying a sleeper is because I think a guy going where he's going and the guys going around him that could finish and he could finish top 3 at his position is Adam is just staring bug-eyed. And let me just say, Tony Pollard's going around Devonta Smith. I'd rather have Tony Pollard. He's going around Jalen Waddle. I'd rather have Tony Pollard. He's going around Olave. I'd rather have Tony Pollard. He's going around Josh Jacobs. I'd rather have Tony Pollard. And he's going around Nick Chubb. And I mean, my thing with Nick Chubb is that he's just so consistent. So I think that's why he's good. And his ADP is high because he's so consistent. But if you're looking for upside, give me Tony Pollard. 3.2. I'll admit the word sleeper with him is a bit murky. I'll admit that.
He's a top 10 running back. He's being drafted as a top 10 running back. Come on, man.
Joey says,
That's not a sleeper.
Joey says, what's next? Cooper Kupp is your wide receiver pick.
Jordan, if you were
Jake would be like, people are sleeping on Cooper Kupp is an opinion Jake has. Yes.
Well, if you want to say it as that sentence, people are sleeping on Tony Pollard. He deserves to be doing. Yes, he is. All those guys should go after him.
No, but Jake, look at the running backs who are before him: Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, Bijan Robinson,
I'd rather have Pollard than
Saquon
Bijan.
Barkley,
I'd rather have him than Barkley.
Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb.
I'd rather
You'd
have
rather
him.
have him than
I'll say I'd rather have him over Chubb.
Oh my lord!
This is absolute. This is just wrong. You're
guys
wrong
just
about it
said-
being a sleeper because he's a top 10 running back getting drafted in the 3rd round. So that's just wrong.
You
And then
guys
you're
are
also
wrong.
wrong about him being a top 10.
You guys watch.
I mean, top 5?
You guys watch.
Come on.
Fine. Hey, everyone who's listening, take the leap with me.
Jake, how did he finish his year last year?
He
What
got
happened
hurt.
to
He
him?
got hurt.
And so your team is going to be Tony Pollard, Michael Thomas,
Okay.
and Tua,
And Odell.
and Odell. Come
Listen,
on, man.
I promise you, my last guy is not hurt.
Hey, unbelievable though. This might be a staler take than the Marlon Mack. take,
No,
man.
no, it's not. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Marlon Mack got cut off 2
Yeah.
teams.
Like I said, fine. If you guys want to listen to this and say, oh, Jake, that's not a sleeper, fine. You're only going to get 8 sleepers. But what I'm telling you is draft Tony Pollard. He's going to be massive.
And what I'm telling you is draft him in the 3rd. Great spot for him.
This is just a humble plug that you want to talk more about Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You know what, guys? I'm
Unbelievable.
sorry.
Jordan, take us away.
Jeez.
Come on.
All right, here we go.
I'm turning off my camera. Screw you guys.
Let me get you the real sleeper. Coming at us in the 12th round. Coming in at running back 41, Jerick McKinnon.
Oh man, hold up. Did you see in the chat that Joey literally said running back sleeper Jerick McKinnon?
It's the best. He's the best sleeper. Let me tell you why. He finished last year as running back 26, and that was with Clyde Edwards-Helaire playing like as the primary running back for the first part of the season. Then they got off. They were like, we don't need anything about Edwards-Helaire. They just stopped using him entirely in that offense. And then Jerick McKinnon took off. So he finishes running back 26 with barely playing like a full season. They kept the exact same backfield. They're just running it back with that backfield in Kansas City. Then they lost Juju, and Jerick McKinnon is a primary, like he's their primary pass catching back. So he's in on passing downs, which in Kansas City is a lot of downs. And then he plays almost every third down that Kansas City has. He played like 80% of all third downs. He was like ranked second in running backs on third down. I love that. He had 80 targets, 56 receptions, 500 yards. I'm all about Jerick McKinnon. He's kind of old, and that's the part of that. But getting him in the 12th round, I mean, come on. I'm all about it.
Hey, Adam, in the home league, who did Jordan just trade for?
That's why I took off my
Jerick
glasses
McKinnon.
and threw them down.
Oh.
Jerick McKinnon. I trade you Jerick McKinnon, and then you follow it
I'm
up
hyped on him.
with-
That's why I wanted him. That's why I
guess.
wanted him.
I don't hate your take, but the age factor really worries me. Right, he's 31, and I
You
know
think he's
they're
going
not
to finish worse than running back 41?
No.
A running back 5?
You're right. No,
Yeah.
I mean he probably finishes anywhere between 30 and 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, your sleeper is a running back 3. Neat. I'm not really in a position to talk right now, but
No. No, it's fine. It's
Come
just
on,
I worry
man.
about the age. It's fine. I just worry about
I agree. Dynasty, different story. I think this year we're talking redraft. I like him. I think that Isaiah Pacheco, Joey, I see in the chat. I think Isaiah Pacheco will be involved. He's going to be their kind of primary rusher, like when he gets, he's their bruiser there. But I just think Kansas City is all about opening it up, passing, letting Patrick Mahomes do whatever he needs to do. I think 70 receptions is totally within the cards.
My worry is that they just didn't use McKinnon until I feel like he was really good weeks. Like he won a fantasy championship for people, and then he was really good in the playoffs. So I just worry why didn't they do that for the first 15 weeks? Right?
Yeah.
So I you just get I get a little vibe like Gabe Davis, right? You have this great playoff run, and then now everyone's just buying in, and we could.
But we're not 12th round.
You could easily see him do nothing, right? I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
But
you might be right.
I will agree that in the 12th round, that's good value, right? That 12th round, that's a guy who will, if he were to continue what he was doing, especially in full point PPR leagues, that's a guy that could win you weeks if he has a great game. So
One thing I'll say, last thing about McKinnon, it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It was his show down the hill. Then Pacheco comes and he takes it. Then he splits time with McKinnon. They share such a load in Kansas City. It's like I never know what Andy Reid's thinking.
Yep.
So, all right,
go ahead.
putting on
Oh jeez.
my Homer hat.
Oh god, here comes
You guys
Javonta.
might
Oh
know
my
where this is going.
Samaje.
Now listen,
Here comes
all right?
Samaje.
If I said a guy who's right now his ADP is that he's going in the 8th round, projected to finish running back 26. First off, disrespectful. I'll quote Jordan on that. Disrespectful. My boy Javonte Williams is going to be so good this year if he stays healthy. All right, so you get him in the 8th, and he ends up being a top 15 back. That's phenomenal. That is unbelievable. And I went to Kansas City to watch the Broncos when Williams had his rookie season. They used him in the pass game. He can catch. He can be involved in the pass game a lot, and he can run between the tackles. I'm not saying he's going to be a bell cow, and I'm sure Joey's typing up about Samaje Perine right now.
He already has, yeah.
That's fantastic. Good. And I think Perine will be involved. Sean Payton loves his 2 running back system. But Williams, dang, I'll take him in the 8th if he's going to finish top 10.
I don't think he'll finish in the top 15.
Really?
I really don't.
Why?
Because I think that you're going to get. I think that, like, on a football side of it, I think that they're going to be a good running game, right? I just think that Samaje will have more of a role than you would expect.
More than Williams?
No, I think it'll be one. You know, a few years ago, when it was Kamara and Melvin Ingram, or
Yep.
Melvin, yeah, Melvin Ingram,
Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram. Who's Melvin
Yeah.
Ingram?
Linebacker.
Linebacker for the Chargers
Yeah,
for a while. Yeah. Anyways, Mark Ingram, and it was like a 60-40.
Yeah.
That's what I would expect. When you have two running backs finishing within the top 25. That's what I think is going to happen. And I
He
think
gets 60-40 and he gets 10 touchdowns, though. I mean,
I know, but 10 touchdowns is a lot. It's the same. I was going to say about McKinnon. He was scoring touchdowns at just a crazy clip. Right? So it's hard to predict touchdowns. That's the problem. And if they're getting touches at a 60-40, I think per game, depending on your settings, right? If you're in a full point PPR, I think there will be plenty of games where Samaje outscores Williams.
yeah.
So, but I will.
It's interesting. Samaje is going in the 10th round. I mean, he's going to running back 36, so he's going 10 spots after Javonte Williams. So I think the jury's still out. It seems like on who's going to be.
I don't hate it though, Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I could see myself being wrong here, and then I'd go, okay. Like, 8th round is good value to take that chance, though, I would say.
I almost picked A.J. Dillon here, if I'm being honest.
Oh, God, no.
This close.
Stop drafting A.J. Dillon in single-digit rounds. May I just say that? It's never going to return what you want it to. I can't wait for the overvalued episode. I'm going to just go in on him. All right, let's get these receivers. We're at 45 minutes. We got to keep this going. Jordan, who do you got?
All right, my receiver. I'm going to be a homer on this pick.
Oh,
and I've been
God.
talking
Hold
a
on,
lot
let me
about
guess.
him.
Let me guess. Is it Dobbs?
It sure is.
Yep.
Romeo Dobbs. He is going in the 13th round, wide receiver 53. Rumors out of camp is he's Jordan Love's guy. They seem to have great chemistry. Christian Watson, I think, is that big play, lots of touchdowns. I don't think he's a sleeper. Christian Watson is, right? Like, that's not where he's getting drafted. You know, when you're getting drafted in high rounds, you're not really a sleeper, are you, Jake?
No.
Draft but Dobbs,
Tony Pollard.
but Dobbs in the 13th round, I just think there's a lot of like potential in Green Bay, and I'm actually pretty low on Green Bay this year as someone who's a Green Bay fan. So I'm tempering my expectations a little bit that they're not necessarily going to be playing well, which means they'll be playing from behind a lot. I hope that Matt LaFleur lets Jordan Love kind of open it up a little bit. I think that Romeo Dobbs is going to be the guy who gets the most targets. So I think we're going to end up with, Romeo Dobbs is the most targeted receiver in Green Bay this year. I'll book that.
Wow.
Romeo Dobbs,
targeted?
most targets. Most targeted, most targets in Green Bay.
You need to throw an asterisk on there because if Watson gets hurt, the answer is going to be absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not going to put an asterisk on it.
So,
because the player didn't get hurt.
do you have
someone else did?
Do you have Watson's ADP up?
No.
All right, look that up while I'm talking. Actually, let Adam talk about Dobbs.
That was my guy.
Oh, was it really?
That was going to be my guy. No, I like Dobbs. I really do. And he is in a perfect spot for a sleeper pick, right? So, again, he apparently having a lot of chemistry, like Jordan said, in practice with Jordan Love. I'm higher on Watson. We talked about that this weekend at our little get-together. But Romeo Dobbs is a guy that complements him well, and I think he'll have a really good year.
Jordan?
What?
Oh, you don't have it? I thought you had
Nope.
it. I'm sorry. I thought you looked at me.
Sorry.
I
Sorry. I have it right now.
Okay.
My apologies. He is going as wide receiver 25 in the 5th round.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a sleeper.
Oh my God! Shut up! It is if you think he's going to finish the top 3. Would you rather have Watson in the 5th or Dobbs in the 14th?
Dobbs in the 14th.
I would as well.
Yeah, because he's a great sleeper.
I think Watson ends up with more fantasy points, but
Yeah.
I mean Watson is such a home run hitter that's where you're going to get those points, right? I think Dobbs is going to turn into like an Allen Lazard of last year, which was a guy you could throw in as your wide receiver 3 and he would get you wide receiver 3 numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a
10 points a game.
in a pinch. That's, you know, and that is a guy you want on the end of your roster, right? You know, a guy that you could throw in your flex because you've had injuries, or maybe you draft poorly, or like I don't know, just right. You just need bye weeks. You need someone to go put in. That is a perfect person to put in. And if you could throw him on the back of your bench 4 rounds before you start taking your kicker or defense, I'm all about it. Adam, did you have someone, or do you want me to go?
No, I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm picking a guy that I firmly believe he has one good year left in the tank. And Jake,
Michael
you even
Thomas.
told me. Nope. You told me this guy is the clear-cut number 1 in Carolina.
Adam
Thielen, baby.
Ooh.
I think he's got one more year left in the tank where he is going to be just fine. And again, the quarterback situation is a little hairy. If Bryce Young really takes over and he's great. I mean, Adam Thielen right now is going to the 15th round. So again, it's a good value. Even if he performs wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 numbers, that's okay. I think he'll perform wide receiver 2 numbers, because why not?
Ooh.
Odell's 30 years old,
Okay,
and Jake said
hold
after
on,
a whole
hold
year
on.
off, that he's going to be wide receiver 2. Adam Thielen's 32, only 2 years older. If Odell can do it, Adam Thielen can do it. Why not? He'll be wide receiver.
But Odell can't do it. That's the point.
I'd rather have Thielen than Odell. Would you?
I agree.
Yeah, and Odell's going earlier
You
than
guys are
Thielen here.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
guys,
Jake's
ahead.
team is just killing me right now. Tony Pollard, Odell.
I haven't said
Give
any.
me Tua.
You know what, guys? I have not said a thing about Odell today, and he's not my person.
I just had to look up his age to compare. I had to.
But Adam, I love it. I think the touchdown upside is always huge with Adam
Yeah.
Thielen, and that's what I really like. And in the 15th, like you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Who cares? You know?
Yeah.
I like that you're getting the number 1 on their team that late.
Yeah.
Give me DJ Chark, though. I like the home run ability there, but
Yeah.
he's also a late round guy who could be
What,
considered.
Terrence Marshall?
Ooh, Terrence
That's a deep
Marshall.
sleeper. Huh?
Joey says, I love the Adam for Adam take. That's
Hey. Yeah.
that's,
You got
Oh,
it.
you're getting a lot of hype there in the chat.
yeah, Adam, you're
on,
doing great, by the way, tonight.
The people love.
It's okay
that
if you
take.
guys want to, bully me. It's fine. It's fine. Let me talk about my guy, and we'll wrap up here. I went with George Pickens, actually, in the 9th round. Currently wide receiver 37. Rookie year, he had really quietly a good rookie year for a receiver. And I think that him and Kenny Pickett are going to take... I think we've talked about Kenny Pickett this year, that we're looking for him to take a step forward.
Leap.
I also would expect that to come from George Pickens. That man can catch. My goodness. Like, you've seen some of
Yeah,
the
he's
catches
fun.
he can make. He's fun.
Fun to watch.
You know who he reminds me of?
Me.
Odell Beckham
Oh.
Jr. Oh, they logged off. No. But here's the thing. Wide receiver 37 guys going around him. Pacheco, Jahan Dotson, Montgomery, Marquise Brown, who I don't want any part of. Hollywood Brown I like when Kyler's healthy more, but he's not. So I guess, would you guys take Dotson over Pickens? I wouldn't. For me, it's the upside is a lot higher, especially in the 9th round. You're getting him. I think he'll finish as a top 20 receiver this year.
I like Pickens way more than I like Deontay Johnson. Deontay
Oh,
Johnson
for sure.
only ever hurts my feelings, and he's getting his ADP is much higher. So, Deontay Johnson is you don't want him. Don't touch him.
I'll put the bucket down. Top 20 season out of him. I feel good about him. I think
Out of
that
George Pickens?
Yeah, I think he'll really take a leap. I also think that if Pickett, like, if fast forward 2 years, if I had to pick one right now, I would say that Pickens will end up having a more successful year, or career than Pickett. Like, I think that he's just that talented that it eventually won't matter. I think Pickett is going to be good and they'll be together for a very long time. But if Pickett were to flame out, I think that Pickens still is pretty good.
Pickett to Pickens has a nice ring to it.
It does, yeah.
Yep. And then what if it gets picked off?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Pickens to Pickett picked off.
Ooh.
Oh god. All right, we're gonna end on that then. So there you go, guys. There's our sleepers for this year. Tell us what we did wrong. Some people commenting in the chat. I'm just gonna throw them out. Michael Wilson, a receiver from Arizona, who's a rookie who could have a role as their third guy right as it stands right now. I also did want to mention Rondell Moore, who's a younger receiver number 2 for Carolina or for the Cardinals. Chris Godwin, someone threw that one out there. I think that Chris Godwin will have a better year than Mike Evans. Tyler Higbee, because who else are they going to throw to other than Kupp?
Van Jefferson?
And then someone put Samaje Perine for their sleeper. So, love that. You guys can follow us on Facebook at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast. On our Instagram, we're trying to get those numbers up at next_step_pod. Go do that right now. Be a nice person. Just go do it. I dare you. I dare you.
One click, that's all.
One click, that's all. We have a Patreon if you want to join us there. Just to monetarily kind of help us out. You get a whole bunch of benefits. We'll get into that stuff here in the month of August, I'll say. But if you're curious about it, it's on our Facebook page, again, at the Next Step Fantasy Football Podcast, where you can find all the information, the links, what you get from it. The people who have it like it. They say that it's useful, so consider that. We have a few more leagues we're trying to drop as well. So we have the August League, there's a few spots left, and then there's a Money League that we have a few spots left. Again, on our Facebook page. So check us out there. Boys, you got anything else you want to say?
Nothing for me. Thanks for tuning in.
Go Tigers, baby. Football season almost here.
All right, guys. Thanks, guys. Take care. Be good. Our friends on YouTube, we appreciate you guys hanging around. You guys are the best.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Man, we've come so far. Even when only like 3 or 4 people show up, right?
It's fun. I have a great time.
But like, they're talking. That's the fun part. It's so good to have you guys here talking, right? I'd rather have 4 people talking than 15 people and not saying anything. So, let's just say I had the best takes tonight. You guys...
Take Tony Pollard.
I don't...
A sleeper.
Yes.
Hey, my cat had better takes than you.
Okay, I will acknowledge that maybe the sleeper word was wrong for Tony Pollard, but I love him, and I will not take it back, and it's going to go on the internet, and everyone's going to draft him now.
Okay. You were just saying he's going to be, from where he is now, he's going to improve by 3 spots.
But
that was your take.
But those 3 spots are massive. They're bigger than the George Pickens is wide receiver 37. I think he'll finish top 20. That's 17 spots. But that's a lot.
That's a good sleeper.
That's a lot easier to do than to go up those 3 spots.
Hey, Don, I agree,
to disagree.
Okay.
Don, I agree. It was a fun show, man.
It was a good time. All right, guys. Until next week, we're going to break down the July League. So if you're in there, make sure you are here to be part of that. The boys haven't even seen it yet, so they're excited to see that. But until next time, take care.